Emmy Award-winning series The Shop, Uninterrupted, is more than just a sports show. Guests have included former President Barack Obama, Drake, Idris Elba, Drew Barrymore, Kyrie Irving, Tracy Ellis, Rick Ross, and many others.
We can keep going for a long time.
Can.
They've got great guests. They just wrapped up the 6th season, and now the show is going on the road with a first stop in New York City. Here to talk to us about this upcoming event is Paul Rivera, co-creator of The Shop and Chief Brand Officer at the Spring Hill Company. Good morning. Thanks so much for being here.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank
you for having me.
Your shirt says it all. New York or nowhere, right?
I thought it was appropriate for this morning.
Yes.
Sounds good.
You got to talk to us about this show. For people who don't know it at home, it's so good because it's all of the most influential people in the world just talking about current topics, what's on their mind, what's happening, right?
Yeah, totally. It's a great conversation with a diverse group of people in a barbershop setting. I think what you will see, what we pride ourselves in, is putting together a room that the viewer will look at it and say, wow, I never thought those two people would have that conversation. And as anyone that's been to a barbershop, we know we're having a great show when we get great discourse. We don't want everyone agreeing. We don't want everyone having the same point of view. And we've been fortunate to have some really great guests.
Yeah, my barber does way more talking than he does cutting hair, which I love because it's a great environment to go and just hang with a bunch of guys talking about stuff. Talk about some of the guests that you've had on your show.
Yeah, we've been really fortunate, as I said earlier. We've had, I got to start at the top. We had President Barack Obama. We had him during an election year, which was really special to us. We've had Jay-Z, we've had Bad Bunny, Drew Barrymore, Chelsea Handler, Draymond Green, Diddy, or I'm not sure what he's going by these days, Puffy, Diddy. We had both of them. We've had some great guests, and I think what I've been really proud of is in a lot of those episodes, watching guests learn from each other, right? Yeah. You know, one of my favorite episodes, we had Jay-Z on and we had Bad Bunny on, and seeing two, you know, entertainers at different points in their career, and seeing Bad Bunny learning from Jay-Z and Jay-Z tipping his cap to Bad Bunny, saying he's next. There are many moments when I'm in the chair and I'm just like, wow, how'd I get in this room? And my job's really just to, you know, plant the seed of great conversation and kind of get out the way and let people, you know, do what they do.
That is so cool. So explain how this tour works. It's a 3-city tour, right?
3-city tour. We start tomorrow in Brooklyn and New York City. As a New Yorker, born and raised. I actually was born not too far from the studio. I was born at Bellevue Hospital. Nice. Shout out to the Lower East Side, my neighborhood. It was important to me that we started the tour in New York City. We start in New York tomorrow in Brooklyn, as I mentioned. We stop in D.C. and we stop in Atlanta, and we will be announcing some new tour dates.
And who are some of the guests you guys are going to have in New York?
So tomorrow we have hip-hop legend and Hall of Famer, an actor now, Method Man.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, so my family's very excited about that. We have NBA All-Star, but more importantly, New York Knick, Julius Randle. So I have a bunch of nephews that are very excited about that. And we just added a surprise guest that I was told before that we can't say who it is, but you'll see him there tomorrow if you pull up on us. So yeah, we're very excited. And being as I'm on this show, we've opened up the RSVPs for your viewers. I believe you go to the shop, at the shop UN, link in the bio to RSVP. It's free for the community.
Excellent.
And it was important to us to do that. It was important to start in New York for me personally, being from here, still living here. But to give back and do something in the community and give them an experience. We're very excited that it's not only the filming of the show, but it also will be a block party. We've brought in local vendors.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, so we've really kept it community, which is really important to us on the mission of empowerment for the shop.
Will each of the different cities have different topics that affect those cities?
Absolutely, and the guests will be from those cities.
So what's an example of New York? What are we talking about these days?
So New York, I mean, we're talking about how New York has changed, right? You know, even pre-COVID, COVID, how it's changed, how the neighborhoods have changed, and also how it hasn't changed, right? I think as I travel the world, New York is still revered, right? And
of course, I think best city in the world.
Best city in the world, right? You see the shirt, right?
New York or nowhere.
There you go. And for me as a New Yorker, it's important to make sure we get that message across to, you know, my 16-year-old version of myself, right? We're excited about that. We're excited about the opportunity to bring the show into the communities and honestly have a two-way dialogue, right? We want to hear from people as well. On
that note, what do you really hope to accomplish here? What's your ultimate goal with this 3-city tour?
Yeah, I will tell you, our mission at the Spring Hill Company is one of empowerment, right? And I think for us, as I mentioned earlier, we want to make sure we are giving access and we are closing that gap between, as I said, the 16, 17-year-old version, Paul Rivera, and the much, 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 much older Paul Rivera today. We want to give access to people to the information, right? I think, which is why when you watch the shop, you won't see the traditional, who's the top 5 basketball players or the best rapper. We're talking about real things that affect, our community, whether that's politics, whether that's job market, whether that's opportunity, whether that's access to the information. So that's what we hope. We hope to have a two-way dialogue with our community, in each community, starting in New York, of course.
Really quick, for those of you at home who don't know, LeBron James is a big part of the show, being an executive producer.
Absolutely. Executive producer, has been on the show, has input on guests, is probably the biggest fan of the guest, biggest fan of the show, but also the biggest critic as well.
Of course, the big boss as always.
Okay.
All right, Paul Rivera, thank you so much for joining us, man.
Thank
we
you for having
appreciate
me.
it. The Shop Uninterrupted tour kicks off tomorrow in New York City. It's free for all attendees. Again, you can RSVP now at theshoplive.uninterrupted.com. Is that right? Did I get that right?
Got it perfect.
Okay.